pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up.
Woo, let's go, baby. What's up? Welcome back to Cleats to Listen podcast. I am Brad Valdez.
I'm outraged for you playing that song. I'm Kevin Watson.
And I'm Dakota Waldridge.
We had to hear that stupid song the whole weekend.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah, we chilling. Oh man! So welcome back to the podcast, man. This is the final basically championship recap.
Thank God.
Man.
Good night. Did you ever think we would end like that?
Oh my God! What a
man.
day! Well, welcome back, Chopper. Chopper's here. Now you're back on the real set.
Yeah.
You're not the face.
He's probably wondering, why did I ever come back to this goof show?
Oh my God! I'm over here dying laughing right.
Sounds like I miss going to the club afterwards or something.
Oh
Jeez.
man!
You got that on there? Oh my gosh.
Oh man!
man.
Okay, so welcome back to Cleats to Whistle podcast. Man, this is the state championship recap. If you guys don't know, if you guys went to the state championship game, that song played and played and played all night long, man. So good stuff. Sorry, I'm over here dying laughing right now. But
We
yes,
were sitting in Cookhouse drive-thru and I started singing that song. It just
hey,
ran in my head.
shout out, cookout, man. Oh my, have you ever had it?
I lived on it when I was at K-State.
Dude, that's the first time I've ever been there.
Oh, what?
Our first time ever,
Oh.
dude.
Wow.
We got, what was it? We got 2 corn dogs, a cheeseburger quesadilla, a double cheeseburger, a banana milkshake, and a Coke, and it was like $18.
$18.
Now, so when I went to K-State, there's one right there in Frankfurt and everything, and that was basically my lunch. That's how I lived as a college student.
What is
it was
Louisville
right
thinking?
to kick.
Why are we going to have one of those?
They're building one right now.
Where?
It's near the Louisville's campus. I forget where, but I think it's where the old
We need one on Dixie
rallies
Highway.
or something. No, I'd love one on Dixie Highway, but that's besides the point.
Oh,
But yeah.
shout out, cookout. Get over on
That
Dixie.
place is so, you can tell the place is good when you pull in at, what was it, 11 o'clock? We pulled in there at night, Friday
Yeah.
night.
Oh, yeah.
And they had security directing traffic.
Mm-hmm.
We were like, what's going on here? Yeah.
Hey, what a way to
food
start
is
the podcast. We're over here just monkeying around, man, just having a good time.
Play our song again. Here we go.
Let's go.
Might as well join in.
Oh man! So yes, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. We are growing, so come grow with us, man. We have some good stuff in the works. But you know what? Let's just get to straight to the housekeeping. Hey, this weekend, this Sunday, December 15th, we will be at the GLFCA. We will be live streaming it. We will do some behind the scenes vlog. We're just doing a bunch of stuff. Dakota's going to be on the sideline. CJ's going to be on the sideline. We're going to be up in the booth live streaming. So we have a whole different game going to be uploaded probably about a week later because we're going to do some editing and it's going to be pretty nice, man.
Yeah.
That's going to be the end of it for a while, though, for a couple weeks? At least?
A couple weeks, yes. We have a special episode actually coming out next Tuesday or Wednesday.
I need a break.
Yeah, we got our guys from Calumet College up in Chicago area, the 219. They're going to be representing down here because they're on the recruiting trail right now. So we got to show them some love, man.
They're bringing a special guest with them.
Yes.
I'm not going to give away any detail, but they're bringing a special guest.
Yes. So make sure stay tuned to that one. Okay, guys. Our last attaboy, our last attaboy of the season, and we're gonna try to go like state championship day. You know, the Friday and Saturday. You know, do you guys have a certain? You know, you could do offense and defense if you want. If you got 2 guys.
Go ahead.
All right. Well, I've got one for offense and one for defense. One on each night here. On my offensive side, the very first game, I decided to go with Luke Pennington, the senior for Sayre. I mean, let me see. Let me get the stats right. He was 21 to 27 for 219 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 1 interception. what can you say? He had been a star the whole season. What was it? He got up to 90 touchdowns at some point before
Was
he threw
it
an interception.
90-2 ratio or something like that?
Yep.
Outrageous. And on the biggest stage of them all, guess what? He stood up to his standards and he performed at the top once again. So not surprised by that. And then for my other attaboy on the defensive side, when a big man gets an interception, I already love it. But when he gets an interception and scores on top of it, how can you not give the guy an attaboy? So I decided Bailey Vance, the senior, he had 5 tackles and 1 sack for Trinity against Ryle. But for me, when I saw the pick 6, which kind of sealed it up there, I was like, well, I'm going to give him my attaboy because you don't see a big 6 every so often.
A big 6.
A big 6. Let's go.
Isn't that a cartoon? Big Truck 6 or something like that?
Big Hero 6.
Big Hero 6.
Big Hero 6. Oh, nice. Got the Big Hero reference going on around here. But yeah, Coach, you got what about you?
My offense, I'm not going to throw a bunch of stats at you. It's just Zane Johnson for Trinity. I mean, good night. The kid's a sophomore. He's already got 2 state championships for the most prominent team in Kentucky and maybe this region, to be perfectly honest.
Agree.
With you. And he just does what he does, man. He leads them down the field. He doesn't panic. They got down 14-0, and you were like, "Oh, this game's over." And I said, "Not so fast. Relax. Long way to go." And they dominate. From that point on, they dominated. And it was Zane's poise in the pocket. They flushed him. They got him rattled a little bit in the first. You could tell. He threw wide a couple times. He was trying to settle in. But once he settled in, he threw that dime. It was a piss missile right in front of us. It was like 100 miles an hour. And you could hear the dude catch it. And I said, uh-oh, here he comes. So that Zane is my attaboy for offense. I don't have a defense when I'm going something different. I called these dudes out before the playoffs started. I said they were kind of soft, weren't what they usually are, being awful quiet. And that's Trinity's student section. They brought it Saturday night. We walked by there and we're filming them, and I'm telling you, they were all over Ryle's players.
All
You
over.
suck. Hey, coach, you suck. You walk like you're an old man. I mean, it was brutal.
Jeez.
Never got out of line. They were like, that kid dropped, gosh forbid, a kid dropped a ball. They were all over him.
All over. In warm. Yeah.
All over him. So shout out to Trinity student section. John Hilbert said, man, you really ticked them off, and they're going to bring it. And they did.
They did.
But it was a good thing. They all were hollering at me saying, hey, Coach Whistle. Yeah, it was all fun and games. But shout out to them because they brought it. They brought it Saturday night.
Yes, and I'm going to the 3A game. It's just because those dudes were playing some ball. The score don't really justify how hard like Union played. They actually played really well. They drove down. We'll get into it in the recap. But they were in the red zone plenty of times, but they just couldn't cap it off. But they had one guy on that team, man, Jaron Johnson. Mm-hmm. Man, that kid is phenomenal. Just a monster. He had a little issue in the second quarter. If you watched the vlog, you would have seen what happened. But after that, he still was hard-nosed kid, man.
Yeah.
He ran a touchdown and got called back there at the end, 72 yards or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He's a dude.
he's a dude. And then
I'm just sorry we never really got to cover him or even heard about him.
no.
Yeah.
And then obviously the other one, I gotta go with Franklin County. They have a young man, number 44, Jacob Olds.
Mm-hmm.
Man, we went Friday night. Oh my God, this kid is all over the field.
They literally called his name every play.
No, I'm not surprised.
Every play. And it was just like, man.
We figured it out pretty quick when we went to the Western Hills Franklin County game that he was a dude. And I talked to Eddie after that game, and I said, I'm going to be honest, Jacob Oates is a dude. And I said, he's kind of an a-hole. And he said, believe it or not, he's really not. He said, believe it or not, he's one of the funniest guys on the team. He said, just something happens when the lights kick on. He turns into like Brian Bosworth. He's crazy.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I can see it because he was all over the place.
He's
He's a dude. Too. I think is he coming back? Is
Yes.
he a junior? I thought so.
He's a junior.
Yeah.
So, man, we're
Good
going
luck
to
with it, dude.
we got to get out to Franklin County
we'll be
and,
there.
and showcase that team.
I've already talked to Coach, and he said anytime we're ready.
All right, cool. I appreciate it. But, yeah, that's the last attaboy of the season, and it's been a phenomenal season, Chopper. You came in, and you really took the podcast by storm, man.
Well, I mean, it helps when I got these two great of co-hosts beside me. I got one, you help me get the personality going, and then I got him to make sure I don't get too big of a head over here. So I got nice little guardrails to kind of keep myself straight down the
What's
line.
that supposed to mean?
You got the blinders on. That's what it is. Let's
It's
go.
all-
I don't pick on you.
No, it's all in good love.
Okay.
Yeah, well, it's just because, everybody knows, us three now, you know what I mean? You're part of the crew,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? That's what I told you Friday night when we were going up. I was like, Chopper, you're coming next year, man. We're making a boys trip.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're going to
It
have
was
to do that.
definitely an experience.
Yeah, yeah, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I was glad because I remember we were, I was like, I believe I can help y'all get the media passes and everything figured out. And when y'all said, "Hey, we're actually going," I was like, thank the Lord above, I was able to get you all that stuff because I was happy for y'all because it sounded like y'all had a ball.
We
the
had a
whole
great time. It's a long day.
Yeah.
I mean, that media room stinks, and 'cause people just hang out in there and don't leave. I mean, it's just
It's not like a Fairdale's
No.
King of the Bluegrass media
That's
room.
right.
I've
that's
heard
right. It's
wonders
just-
of that.
It made for a long. I was wore out when we got home, but I don't see how those guys go and just don't leave.
I don't know. I don't know, but yeah, we appreciate you, Chopper, for hooking us up, man. So that was good stuff. But also, I really want to shout out KHSAA. Wow, what a phenomenal event! That was like for media, me going for my first media event ever. That's
Hey, shout out the ladies at the front desk
Yes.
when we checked in.
yes.
We should have got her name, but she was a real treat. She took care of us, was very nice. We saw her a couple times, and she was just super nice. And
Yeah.
very pleasant. And shout out to all those people. All the workers were great, and we didn't have any issues. I mean, at the beginning of every game, they would come say, "Now, just remember, you can't get in the blue." And other than that, we didn't have any issues. We went where we wanted. We stood where we wanted. Well, I mean, we did what we wanted as long as we stayed out of the blue.
As
We
long
were
as-
good.
yes.
And we got in the blue a couple times and just walked through, and we got in, got out, and
Yeah,
nobody
we-
said a word.
We seen
It was great.
we seen the coin flips. We
Yeah,
were on the
I saw
field. We
that.
were all over the place, man. But something else they did too is they gave us a stat sheet after every quarter.
Yeah.
So that was phenomenal, man. And it just helped, for like podcasters or just like the news people. I mean, they go boom, whip this out and you can have
And
everything
now
right
we
there.
know what to expect.
Yes.
They've got every chair up there's got a plug in front of it where you can plug your laptop in, or
Oh.
your phone, charge your phone. Or see, we didn't know we were bringing battery backups, and we didn't know. We thought we were going to be on the field. We didn't know we were going to have an option to go upstairs and chill and relax. And it was, best seats in the house.
Actually, I'm curious, as a former coach, especially one that was in the booth, how was it seeing it from all the way up there?
What's the first thing I said?
Yeah.
I said it brings back memories
He
of
was
being
like-
in the booth. I said, but this is way too far away. You'd have to have binoculars or something because it was hard to see the numbers and
Yeah.
who people. As a coordinator, you scout their
Yeah.
numbers. You don't always know their name,
Yeah.
but you know where they play.
Yeah, for, like,
you're
personnel
looking for a
packages and
okay,
everything.
if this number runs on the field, but up there, you're a long way away.
Yeah.
You'd
Long
almost
way.
have to have somebody with you saying, "All right, number 6 is coming in," or because I was like, I couldn't see, and a couple of Union County's jerseys were terrible.
Oh, horrible.
You couldn't tell their numbers.
No,
Period.
1 looked like 7,
Yeah.
7 looked like
Yeah.
1, and then 11 looked like I don't.
Yeah, and they were
was
that
weird.
weird. They were like a weird font where it was like curled, and it couldn't. 9 looked like 8.
Yeah.
and 8. It was
Oh,
really.
no, I remember that because I saw that on the broadcast, like the number, and
He
I was
called
like, is that
number
an
8?
And I was like, oh, no,
Yeah.
it's not. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I didn't remember that.
Yeah, that was the only bad thing about them.
yeah,
Yeah.
you'd almost have to have a spotter up there with you,
Yo.
saying, if this number comes in, look, let me know, and he'd have to be there watching. But other than that, it brought back a lot of memories, and we had a ball. We had
Yeah.
a ball.
You know,
we
and-
giggled and laughed, and we had a good time.
Hey, everybody's up there all laughing or all serious. You know what I mean?
Oh, it's real. There's no sound.
no.
Period.
I'm like,
And you know how we are. We're
Oh, yeah.
loud and giggling and farting and belching and carrying on.
It was funny because I was wondering if y'all had made it, and then somebody was like posting some quick highlights because I was following on X and watching the game, and one dude would score for, I think it was a Paducah Tillman, and all of a sudden I hear in the back of this video while the whole room's quiet, I just hear, oh, there he goes. Kevin just saying, yep, there he goes down the middle. He's open. Touchdown.
Well, I didn't care. I mean,
Oh no,
I was there
I
having
appreciate it. I loved it.
fun. I was there having fun.
Hey, it was so funny because we're over here acting like idiots. You know what I mean? Hey, they had free drinks. Boy, I smashed the free
Yeah,
drinks.
we got our money's worth in fountain drinks. That's for sure.
Yeah, so you get
Private bathroom.
give me a cup, boy. I was like cherry Coke all night.
Yeah. And then I came back with a lemonade. He goes, "They had lemonade." We were like two kids in a candy store.
Oh man, it was so funny. But yeah, thank you KHSAA for giving that, man, and thank you Chopper for hooking us up, man. Good stuff.
The only thing I didn't like was that stupid yellow vest.
Oh yeah,
But
that you had to wear when you were on the
I
field,
see
right?
it. I get it. Makes
Yeah.
it easy to pick you out.
Yeah, everybody picked us out too. Hey, shout out to our man. Sorry, we're just all over the place, but shout out to our super fans. Man, we had them.
Yeah. We were walking past the sideline at the Cal game, and all of a sudden you hear cleats the whistle, and you turn and all the students are yelling at us. Yeah. And then we go a little further, and there's all these Cal parents and fans. Go, "Cleet, we love you guys," and we were like, "Okay, that's pretty cool."
That's a nice pick me up.
Yeah, so shout out to the ones that are supporting the podcast. Man, if you ever do see us out, man, just come up and holler at us, and it just feels good. You know what I mean? Like somebody is watching.
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
know?
I mean, we got to see Zane's. I saw Jordan Johnson before the Trinity game. We got to speak to Isaac Soul.
Yeah.
Before the game, Isaac was there. I mean, we had a good time. It was like two guys just having fun, and we just happened to be media for the weekend.
Yeah, it was phenomenal. But yeah, look, this is the holiday season, right? You know, I always wanted. I love the holidays, right? I love, like, you guys know I love Halloween.
Yeah.
You know, Halloween's like my go-to. I'd love it. You guys were party poopers. I almost made you guys dress up for our episode, but I was like, I ain't gonna push it. But like, this is the holidays. You know what I mean? It's New Year's, Christmas, all that's happening right now. Do you guys got a certain like tradition you guys do, like for family?
I mean, my family will always, all my brothers and sisters, I'm one of 7. So all of our family members, their kids, all my nieces and nephews, on Christmas Day, we'll all come over around 10 o'clock in the morning. We'll have a big old family breakfast, open some presents together, and then everyone kind of goes to the next place because everyone's got about 3 or 4 people they got to visit. But
Yeah.
we try to be the first ones on Christmas, and Thanksgiving we host like a big dinner as well and everything. So that's our traditions. No turkey bowl or anything like that, but we have fun, watch some football games. We enjoy life. That's for sure.
Hey, there you go. What do you got, Coach?
We always, Christmas morning, we wake up and go have breakfast at my in-laws, open presents, come home, nap, and then we go to my sister-in-law's house. And this year we're having smash burgers, I think. We're going to make them. We're not going to go buy them. But in my family, go ahead. Don't you know, pump it up. My family, my side of the family, we always do ours after because my brother was a retired firefighter. So he always worked on Christmas. So we kind of got in the habit of doing it. Like we're doing it like the 28th this year. And it helps with the other side of the family where you don't have to rush. You can spend your time with them. And then we go do my family. We can spend all day there. So we're not rushing around. I remember when we were dating and first married, Christmas was like, it was just, you were all over the place trying to rush around. And now we can kind of just take it in.
Just relax.
Yeah.
Actually enjoy it.
Just be you guys, you know. But yeah, man, you know.
What about you, man?
Yeah.
Everybody comes here, don't they?
Yeah, we have we usually we clear this out, we put tables out and we do a whole thing. But Gina, you know, we respect Thanksgiving. You know, right? We're not one of those people where we're putting our trees up on November 1st.
Same.
What about you?
No. It can be Black Friday. You can put it up, but on Thanksgiving Day, nothing until Black Friday. You gotta wait till Black Friday.
Yes, but Gina always has to have her stuff up by December 1st. Like our house is lit. Like, it's like the Griswolds, man.
How many Christmas trees do you have?
We have 2.
How many do you?
1.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
My wife has one in the kitchen, one in the family room, one in the living room, one with the dog, 2 on the back porch, 2 on the front porch, Each girl has, well, that's 10. And I think we
wow.
got 2 or 3 that we didn't put out this year.
What's the significance?
She just loved, Christmas is her jam. She just loves decorating. Like the day after Thanksgiving, she was decorating.
That's a lot of trees, Coach.
It is. But that's her thing. I sit on the couch. I carry them upstairs. I sit in my chair and I watch football while she decorates.
Yeah, there you go.
We don't do outside decorations, though.
See, Gina,
I used to get on the roof and I used to do all that stuff. But since I had where I fell off that ladder and tore my Achilles, I don't do ladders anymore.
Don't blame you.
I made it's funny because above my front door, it's like 20 feet in the air. And I used to hang a big wreath up there. So last year I made this big pole where I didn't have to climb up the ladder. And she's like, we're done. She's like, no, we're not. That's crazy.
But yeah, we're just now starting. Like last year, we started to put the stuff out. Like I got the old man bushes where I don't have to manicure them, do nothing.
Oh yeah.
I just throw the lights on them and then that's it.
The best thing I ever did was tearing all of our landscaping out and getting these little bitty bushes that won't take light.
That's basically what I got.
That's right.
And I said, I'll just throw the lights on it. But now Gina's like, no, I want you to do the whole front and this and that.
Well, my kids are grown. My kids are 18 and 22, so they're working all the time. They don't really care. I mean.
Yeah.
If I was younger, I would probably do it. I'd probably climb on the roof and do all that. It's just, to me, it's just not. I'm not a bah humbug kind, but as long as the inside, my wife keeps the inside. I mean, it's unbelievable. As long as she's happy with that, I'm fine. I got the suction cups I used to stick on every window with a wreath on it. I mean, it was ridiculous.
Yeah. And then the other tradition is we have tamales every Christmas, man.
Oh, of course you do.
That's our jam, man. You got the beans and rice. And,
Hey, how about the hookup I gave you with the beans?
Hey, you get the hookup too, man. So, but yeah,
I gave him a big can of beans. I swear it looked like a keg of 2 different kinds of beans.
yeah, we're gonna be using it pretty soon. So, yeah, but I have to hook you guys up with a dozen, man, so you guys can try them. Hey, we got some good hot sauce too that Gina
I
makes.
told him a long time ago, if Gina wasn't married, and I wasn't married, I'd be all over her for the cooking, man.
Yeah. So man, this is just us being boys hanging out and just enjoying it. But
It's our last one other than the All-Star game for a while, so
yeah,
let's have some fun.
here we go.
What's that show where they bop their head?
Yeah.
Not at the Roxbury.
There we go.
That's what it feels like. Gosh, we're stupid.
Oh my God. Okay, so listen, let's just
I
get
can't
into
wait to see the comments about this.
Hey, let's just get into the state championship recap, man. We can get out of here. Oh, but you know what? No, before we do that, let's talk about this GLFCA, though.
Yeah.
I'm going to actually put the coaches from the East and the West. I'll put them right here, man, just to give them some shine a little bit, man. Just
A lot of new coaches in there that a lot of people probably hadn't heard of
Right.
before. We were looking at the list, and the West has got a lot of familiar faces, or is it the other way around? But the East has got a lot of guys, I guess maybe from out in the state. Maybe Eckloff got. Eckloff's guys are a lot of guys that I've heard of, but I don't really know a lot about.
Well, look on the East, they got Skinner, they got Coach Skinner, they got Vanderpool, they got Coach Ellis and Coach Danny Davidson.
Yeah.
So we got
That's
some.
the one we know and have been to a lot of those.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whoa. But
Snuffy Luffagus.
yeah, but the other one we haven't really been around any of those guys. It's going to be interesting to get around those guys and see what they're about.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? Ryan Jones is over there. Josh Smith from
Ryan Jones from
Eminence.
Eminence, yeah.
Yeah, so we Josh Smith from Carrollton.
Yeah.
Carrollton County, and then
See, we didn't get to Carrollton this year.
no, and Mikhail McKay, man.
Yeah.
Kale, okay.
Good stuff, man. But yeah, we're like I said, we're gonna put them up there. But man, share some names that stand out to you on this.
I mean, I'm going to be doing the East Side. So one of the players I got to get an interview first. I've got enough messages from him from us picking against him. I got to get Michael Powell. I gotta talk to the man one time. I got to let him be like, "Why'd you pick against us?" I got to let him do it against me.
He's a good dude, man.
Oh,
Yeah, he's a good
he
kid,
is.
man.
And no, he's definitely one I want to talk to. Giovanni Hunter, I want to talk to him as well, running back. I know they didn't have
Where
the
was
best
he
year.
at when we were there? Was he hurt or was he?
I thought he
was
had a
gone.
track meet or
Yeah,
something.
he was running
Yeah,
track.
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Let me see. There's a lot of names on here. I wouldn't mind talking to Caden Bostock from Bullet East, the wide receiver there.
You got the East?
Yeah, I've got the East.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's a lot of people here that, I mean, Zach Morstead. Or Mortstead.
Mortensen.
Mortensen.
Yeah.
Marty.
Yeah, Morty.
Yeah.
Trust me, if you want to talk to me, I'm going to be on that sideline. Come catch me. Hey, we going to talk, okay? We're going to talk. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, but there's names in the city, and there, we got Zach
All the way in the
Ballard
county.
from
Yes.
we got Ballard. We got to get on. We got
You know who I'm excited to see from the East?
Who?
Juice Robinson from Franklin County.
Yes.
That dude in person is very impressive. I'm anxious to see what he does against some not real competition, but some stiff competition.
Yeah,
Some peers.
yeah, because you got Devon Martin's going to be there,
Yeah,
Cortez
absolutely,
Stone.
yeah.
So there's names that are really big names in this game. So get out there and support it. I'll put the link to the tickets in the description below.
Hey,
So
what about the quarterbacks from the other side? Did you see those?
No, I didn't actually.
Makai Moore from Valley. He's a gunslinger, dude.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
anxious to see him. We didn't get to see them in person. I'm anxious to see him in person.
Yeah.
And his guy he's going to throw to, Devon Jones.
Yes.
Evidently, those two are like always on the same page. It's going to be interesting to see him just chuck it and let that dude run under it and see what they can do.
Yeah.
There you go. So, hey, we've been all over the place on this episode, man, but I hope you guys are enjoying it. We're trying to bring you some more content. But yeah, we've been pumping it up in here. But also, let's get to these state championship games real quick and get that recap going. Man, but what a phenomenal 2 days.
What were our standings over the 6 games?
Oh shoot, that's right. I was gonna bring that up.
Let's do that now.
All
because
right.
that way we can talk about who we picked. And I think I was 3-3.
You went 3-3.
I was 0-3 or 0-3 the first day and 3-0 the second day.
Yep. And then Brad was 3-3 as well.
Yes.
And that's why the standings, hold on, I had them right
Yeah.
here.
Oh yeah, the standings. Yes.
So our final standings for everything. You can tell one person's a little bit happier
Yes.
about this. Kevin finished the year on 66-40. That gave you got 62% of the games right that you picked. I went 60-39. I got 61% of the games right that I picked.
Oh.
And Brad, you went 64-42. You
Hey,
got
if you'd have
60%
been here that
of the
other
games
week,
right.
we would have been all three
All
right
three
there.
would have been a close race. Yes.
Yeah.
We talked about who you would have picked that week, and
Yeah.
you would have been like 4-2 maybe or something.
It was 5-1,
Yeah.
4-2. It would have been close. Like
Yeah.
we would have been in the race, all three.
And then, I adjusted the way I picked my picks for that final weekend.
Yeah.
I loaded up on you. You weren't going to catch me. We
best-
disagreed on 2 games. I said the worst I'm going to do is come out here with a tie.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say one game, we won't get to it yet, that really kind of hurt all of us was that Beechwood-Owensboro Catholic game. That one kind of caught us all off
And I'm going to be
guard.
honest with you, I had Beechwood circled until he picked
Owensboro
yes.
Catholic.
And then I thought, if I pick this and lose, I'm not standing on this. So I rolled with him on that one just to be a jerk and where I couldn't lose. Because I knew he was picking Ryle and I knew he was picking
Paducah Tillman.
Paducah Tillman. I knew it. So I was like, I've got to agree on the rest of them. I don't care.
Look at the conniving you
What's
did.
CJ end up? He was he like-
CJ went 20-10.
which is yeah.
Yeah, he got
Which
60% right.
really boils out to he was right there too at the end.
Yeah. He was the highest at 67%. So, I mean, we were all guessing
Yeah.
6 out of 10 games right.
Yeah, he
For the
wouldn't
most
he
part.
wouldn't beat me over the long haul though.
The pizza man wasn't beating us. No, he wasn't.
So Brad has to go on Dixie Highway. We're going to get the whiteboard and we're going to write really big where everybody can read it, block letters. I suck at picking games.
Yep.
And he's going to stand on Dixie Highway. I'm going to film it.
All right.
I might make him wear like a Speedo or something too.
You know what we got to do is we
I don't know
actually
about that now.
We actually got to go live. Maybe we'll go live on that.
Just see how many people honk their horn.
Yeah. Maybe we'll go live and see if we can just get some traction on that.
I've seen that where like the guy holds a sign up says fantasy football loser.
Yeah, I was just getting ready to say fantasy
has to
football.
wear like a 2-piece bathing suit or something. That would be hilarious. We'll play our music in the background, dance around.
Yeah, do something. I don't know. We'll figure
But
it
that
out.
was great. It was really close all the
Yeah.
way. Brad jumped up on me really quick, and I had that 12-0 run. It got me back in it.
I was going to say, because I think the year started off, you were in the lead pretty good.
Yeah.
Me and Brad were kind of behind. And then, like, week 6 or 7, me and Brad took the lead, and
Yeah.
you fell behind. And then, like you said, you got the playoffs that helped you with the 12-0 streak, and you took the lead and won.
Played a little defense there.
Didn't look back, man. I was like, man. But yes, hey, so that I will be paying my dues soon. Actually, I'm gonna put it on Twitter too and our Facebook page. So go find us on those platforms. We will be.
And we had fun. And listen, nobody take anything we say personal.
Yeah.
We're having fun. And a lot of times I try to piss the other team I'm picking against off. Like Manual, I've said it 100 times. I picked against them on purpose all year long just to fire them up. And I was getting texts and, hey, dude, don't pick against us this week. We
Right.
love it.
Yeah.
And Michael Powell
Yeah, Mike
was
Paul Jr.
showing our stuff to the kids
Yeah.
before practice on Monday
Yep.
because we picked against them.
Yeah.
And he was showing them the video trying to fire them up. It was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all in good fun. But what we're trying to do is we try to do the positive media. We're not trying to start up stuff or anything like that. We've been in the coaching game for a while, so we know we're gonna do some little jabs at somebody. You know what I mean? Just to see if we can fire them up.
People watch,
yeah.
and it's funny because Hunter came up and gave him a hug. That's how I knew he was watching. And he said, "Oh, I watched." He said, "Come here, let me give you a hug." So we had talked about it.
Yes. Yeah. So
It's all fun.
Yeah.
yes. So I hope you guys really enjoy the podcast and hit that like button and subscribe and share this episode out. We appreciate you very much. But okay, we're state championship recap. Here we go. 1A.
Raceland 22, your state 1A champions, Sayer 27.
Now, Coach, you watched that game at work. You know what I mean? Or
I did.
you
I
were
watched
keeping
it on the internet. Sayer did what they do.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of weird to explain what they do. Their passing game is an extension of the running game.
Yes.
They don't sling it down the field. He will take a shot,
Yeah.
but they really want everything controlled. They want to control the whole game. They want, okay, I don't care if it's 3rd and 15. I'm going to sling it out there and I'm going to let my playmaker do his thing. We talked about it. It was like when Tim Couch was at Kentucky and Hal Mummy. That's their same style. I mean, Chad knows what he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he played in the NFL. He played at the highest level. He knows. So, and his son took advantage of the system, which more power to you.
Yeah.
It worked. He said at the beginning of the year, we're going to take this one game at a time. We're going to be us, and we're going to win this thing. That's what they said.
Yeah.
And like you said,
Kudos. They did it.
exactly, they did it.
They did. I didn't think they could do it. I honestly didn't. I thought the last 3 or 4 games that everything kind of squeezed in on them, and they really felt the pressure, I think. Come out, what was it, 27-22?
27-22.
I mean, they were just blitzkrieging everybody. They give up 5 points a game, I think.
Yes. Yep.
So for them to give up 22, I guarantee it they were tightening up there towards the end of that game. But, hey, they played a great game. They stuck with their game plan. I didn't care what the score was. They stuck with it. Great coaching job by Chad. I mean, of course, he's a legend around Marshall and with the Jets. So,
Yep.
he did what he does, and they did what they do, and it paid off for him.
Yeah.
You text me and was like, boy, they can score fast.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you're speed and space and, just green grass and go. That's what impressed me is I didn't get to watch it because I was working. So it was just a mess. But your takeaway, Chopper, on that game.
It was kind of nice to see the first game be the closest game out of all the state championship games. And I loved watching the different styles at play, which I talked about in the last Big Six. We had a few games throughout the state championships where it was a run-heavy team versus a pass-heavy team. But like you said, and what's really interesting to see about Sayer is how for them, the short passing game is their running game. Like there was a lot of just turn around, quick screen out, turn around, quick screen out. If you crush down, like you said, they'll just air one out to try to get you to back off. Once you back off, all right, now we're back into our system of check down, check down, check down. Like Sayre had a game plan and they played it, but I gotta give the Rams credit. They played with their heart and soul. You could tell those guys wanted it bad and they were fighting tooth and nail. But that's sometimes how football plays. You just sometimes run out of time. You could have won, but I got you before you could do anything.
Yes, and my take was off. You know what I mean? I thought Rayson was really going to try to bully him. You know what I mean? Like you said, they're total opposite. So I just thought they were going to be bigger and more physical. But
I think they probably were. They just didn't.
Didn't bother them.
They just couldn't.
They just couldn't do it.
Sayre moves so fast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because they would go to the line. That's when they would call their play. Sometimes they would huddle. Sometimes they would. It was one of those you couldn't necessarily get easy.
That's a tough offense to prepare for.
So you're saying
really
tempo.
Easy. It looks really easy. You're like, okay, they're going to throw it short. We'll bring everybody up and then over the top. I mean, it's a really simple. It's like Cal's offense we talked about. It's a simple game. Sayre made it simple.
Mm-hmm.
But good luck trying to stop it.
Right. And that's the whole thing. Exactly.
Like I said, they knew what they were going to do.
Yes.
They did it, and they didn't stop them. That's the bottom line.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Like I said, my take was off because I thought, like I said, they were going to get out physical, and they really didn't. They, like you said, they might have been out physical, but the scoreboard says different. So that's what it is. Okay, we're going to go to two-way real quick, and this is
Beechwood. No, hold on. I'm sorry. I was trying to get my paper and stats ready. Owensboro Catholic, the Aces 34, Beechwood Tigers 50.
the 50 burger. Whoa.
Beechwood's one of those schools, and I said at the beginning of the year, they're just different. They're winners. They know how to win. They know what it takes to win. They do what they have to do. They've got dudes that look 30 years old. I mean, they really do. And they just win. They just nothing bothers them. Going to Team A with rowdy fans, they don't care. They just play their game. Coach is a great coach. He knows what he's doing. He had a game plan. They followed it, and they hung a 50-piece on him. I mean, what else can you say? I don't think we all picked against that, and I told you the only reason I picked that game is because I did not want to hold that stupid sign on Dixie. I picked Beechwood before the year started to win 2A. So, and I can't believe you didn't pick up on that when we were picking, because I was like, oh, he's going to bust me here. But you never said anything, and I was like, okay, I got him.
No, it's because I was playing, percentages. I was saying, points.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what I was like. Okay, they're going to score points. Both teams are going to score points. I think Owensboro Catholic could just score 1 point more.
Well, let's be honest. We never thought Beechwood was going to score 50.
No.
Maybe 30. 35-30, something like that. We said 35-34, 33. I mean, something like that.
Yeah.
50. I mean, how many did it? What was the score? 50 to
34. And I was going to say
they scored 34 and lost convincingly.
Yeah.
So who would have ever?
I was going to say, because I looked at the box score, because the big interesting thing for me was Beechwood running the ball. We said Chase Flattery would be, he was the one where I was like,
he wasn't the only one.
Yeah, but he was the one that had the 4 touchdowns and
That's right.
really had that going.
That's right.
But so we look at the first half, Beechwood had 21, Owensboro Catholic had 7. The second half, though, third quarter, both teams scored 14. And then in the fourth quarter, Beechwood scored 15. Owensboro Catholic scored 13. So they could score right there with Beechwood. It was just
had that
first
one
half.
quarter that just.
Yeah. They just couldn't rebound after the first half. And with a team like Beechwood.
Beechwood's hard to come back on.
Exactly.
If they get a lead, they just squeeze you. Their mascot should be the boa constrictor. Beechwood boas. Because they get ahead and they just squeeze. Everything shortens up. Everything squeezes. We played them twice, so I know everything they get you and they've got you. If they get a 14-point game, the game's over.
Yeah.
Because they know how to play. They know how to control what's going on.
There you go. Give or take.
I mean, props to Beechwood. Like you said, look, they've done it before. I think this made number 19 for them on state championships. I believe that puts them in third in the whole state for state championships, only behind Trinity and I don't know who the second place one is right now, but yeah, Beechwood played Beechwood. I had wished Owensboro Catholic could have pulled it out because I really wanted to see Brady Atwell, get that state championship after they had made it last year. But hey, cards sometimes just don't fall your way.
Yep, that's what happens. And I didn't even see this game, so me speaking on it would be doing not justice. So I just said 50 burger. That was it.
It's kind of misleading.
It is.
Wasn't that big of a spread. The game was a lot closer. There was a couple things that really went Beechwood's way. That could have went the other way. It could have been, like we said, a one-score game. It really should have been. I mean, Beechwood was that particular day. Beechwood was better.
Oh, okay. So there we go. We'll move to 3A.
Yep.
This game was phenomenal.
Enjoyed it. So you had the Union County Braves 21 and three-peat 3A winners, Cal Centurions.
Yes.
What a matchup quarterbacks we
Yes.
had in that
Yes.
game. I don't want to say the two best quarterbacks in the tournament. Connor's not really a quarterback, let's be honest. He's a wide receiver that just knows what he's doing.
He's
He's an athlete. He's a dude.
Yep.
He's a dude. He's a dog. He's an athlete.
He's-
He's a winner.
yes.
He's just that guy.
Yeah.
And we said before the game, if Cal can Cal, then this game's not going to be close. And not only did Cal, Connor connored.
Yeah.
That makes sense. He just took over. The first drive, he got stuck. And I was like, okay, they stopped him. But you could see he kind of got up and he shook his head. And I was like, I told him, I said, uh-oh, the light just switched on. He's going to have a game. You could tell the look in his eyes. I mean, he's just that dude. And Jaron Johnson, oh, my
Ooh.
gosh. How many tackles, if you had to put a number on it, how many tackles did that kid break all night?
Oh, it had.
I'm going to say 50.
Yeah.
I was
I
going
mean,
to say
and
50.
I'm not exaggerating.
No.
What a dude.
No, that's why I said 30 plus.
And
but
he's
yeah,
not any bigger than him.
no.
I mean, no offense to you
No,
at all.
I know, 'cause I saw.
He was a little dude, and he had a trunk on him.
Yeah.
But I was like, we saw him when we were warming up. I was like, they're in trouble. They're going to kill this dude. Cal
Be-
knew what they.
Yeah.
Because
Cal knew they were in
because
for it.
we were on the sideline and it was on the vlog and I was like, hey, give us the eye test. They weren't
They
massive.
didn't look as
They-
big
Yeah.
as we thought.
Yeah. And I was just shocked because I was like, how did they beat Hart County?
Belfry.
Or Belfry. How?
Dude, I'm
Well,
thinking right now.
right there, Jaron Johnson.
Yeah.
That's how they beat him.
That offense was really actually kind of entertaining to watch because they had their front line, and then it looked like they just put two more linemen back, and they're like, that's where we're running. We're letting you know we're running here, but you ain't stopping him or the two guys in front. And lo and behold, they didn't. I think on one of the plays, we said about 50 broken tackles. I think he had 6 broken tackles on one play. There,
absolutely.
I think at
He
the
had a
second
couple
quarter.
30-yard rushes where they could not tackle him.
Yeah.
And we saw the play where he hurt his ankle. After that, he still broke some tackles, but it just wasn't the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't. But we had a guy, Christopher Kuderman. He commented, and he's like a Cal guy.
Yeah.
So he was saying some pretty good stats, man, that were phenomenal. And he said in the vlog, he's like, shout out our defense. Yes, Union County drove the ball on them. They were inside the 20, probably 3 times?
Yeah, about 3 or so.
It's the old defensive philosophy. It's
Yep.
the bend but don't break. Let them when you get down there around the 20, everything
Yeah.
restricts and tightens up, and it's a lot harder.
Yeah.
Them running the ball made it harder because everybody was right there.
Yep.
Where
box
when
gets
you're
tighter.
when you're at the other 20, everybody's spread out. That's what they were doing. They were spreading them out, and he would take off.
Yep.
I mean, what a dude.
Yeah.
I can't say enough about those two quarterbacks. I could have sat and watched them play 5 more times.
Yeah. Yes.
I mean, I really could.
Yes.
That's how good. It was a good game because Cal jumped up 14-0, and we were like, uh-oh, it's going to be ugly. 28-0, we were like, uh-oh, they're going in halftime. Cal's going to come out and score. It's going to be a running clock. We're going to be out of here. And Union County came back, and they fought back, and they made it a game. But every time Union County would score and give themselves a little hope, their fans would stand back up, Cal would boom them. and they would sit back down and calm down, and it was over. I
Yeah.
mean, do you really think that Cal ever thought they were in jeopardy of losing that game, even when it was 28-14?
No.
No,
I don't either.
I don't think they ever thought they were in jeopardy.
The sideline was even keel. Hunter never gets crazy. He never. He got upset one time with that 15-yard penalty, and that's the first time I'd heard him in a long time get upset. But it wasn't a berating. He's just like, you got to figure it out.
Yeah,
That's
figure
all he
it
said.
out.
Figure it out.
Figure it out. Yep.
And the kid walked back and never heard a word of him in the rest of the game.
Yeah. Yeah. But there was one stat that Christopher gave us, and it was in 5 playoff games, including state, you know what I mean, the finals, they had 62 tackles for loss in this whole entire playoff. And they just had 12 tackles for loss in the state championship game.
Well, that was the thing. The kid would run a long drive, but they would catch him.
Yeah.
And then, boom, 6-yard loss. Boom, 3-yard loss. Boom,
Yep.
interception. Boom.
Yeah.
I mean, it was really, I don't know. It was hard to explain. Cal's defense looked terrible in the middle of the field. But when they got to the goal line and the 20, it was like they were the Steelers, man.
I was going to say Stonewall.
Yeah,
We're not
it was
going away.
crazy.
It was weird.
It was like when they get down there, everything tightened up, and they were like, all right, here we go. We don't want to get scored on. Here we go.
Yep.
I don't want to say they were terrible, but you know what I'm saying.
Right. Well,
They weren't the same.
bend don't break.
Bend don't break.
Exactly what they had.
They did. They bent, and they took it back from them.
Right. But it was just the defensive performance in the first quarter when Jared did break that 60-yarder to get him down on the 15.
yeah.
That was huge, and then they just tightened up, and then
4 and out, right?
4 and out.
Yeah.
After that, so and Connor Hodge, good night, man.
We could literally have an hour show about just Connor.
You know, and we put
what
it in,
he's meant to that program.
we put it in the vlog, and it was a huge 4th down play, and it was like still 6 minutes to go in the half, and that's all he did was they put pressure. They came off the edge, and that's all he did was he turned out, and he just escaped, and then he just threw a
Beautiful
dart.
Been doing it all year.
Oh.
Yeah.
If they come up on him, he throws over their head. If they stay back, he runs. He
Yeah.
takes his 7 yards, and they go to the next play.
Oh my goodness! But when he rolled out, and that kid was from the backside came
Wide
and just
open.
That's the play
wide
where he
open.
did the fake toss, and he rolled back out the backside. I know exactly what play, and it was like 4th and 7.
4th and 10.
10.
It was 4th and 10.
Because we were like, man, it's a big play. If they hold them here, they can score. This is the game.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah, and that was right before half. So
Yeah.
and that's how they went 28. So it was just crazy. And, and like we said, we were talking 6 seconds before that quarter happened. So 21 points was just like that on Union, and they got
It's too much to come back from.
too much.
So a lot of teams don't have the makeup in them to come back from a 21-0,
Yeah,
especially against a great team.
and plus, there's one thing they threw Union County threw at some weird spots too. They threw the ball when I thought they should have just pounded it for like a 3-4 yard gain to make it a little bit shorter. So
I mean, I get it. You think everybody in the park knows he's going to run the ball, so now's the perfect time to throw it.
right, but it was just at weird times that they did
I'd like to give a shout out to the whole Cal family, the whole athletic department, the fans, the cheerleaders, the student section. Really, the players, they all were very welcoming to us. They let us have free reign. We did whatever we wanted. They were all nice. They all hollered at us, said hello. I mean, it was just a really good experience for us to follow that run that they had the last 4 weeks.
4 weeks. Yeah. So thank you very much, Hunter. That was awesome. We appreciate that. Your take on the game. Sorry, we've been hogging the mics up, man.
No, you're fine. But it's funny. You talked about Hunter. Who gave him that haircut? Like, who was the one that did it first?
Yeah, he got his head shaved when they got back. I forgot to tell you that.
What?
They shaved his head when they got back to the school.
Are you serious?
And they left a big patch,
Rat tail.
looked like a Comanche in the back with a long. And I texted him. I said, "Are you going to leave that rat tail?" Yeah, absolutely not. Yeah, they shaved his head. That was part of the deal. If they wanted, they got to shave his head.
Love it, man.
Yeah,
awesome.
So you've got more hair than him right now.
Yeah.
Damn.
Hunter, send me a picture, man. I've got to see it.
Yeah. My goodness, that's awesome.
Yeah, I forgot to talk about that earlier. They shaved his head when they got back to the school.
Awesome. I love it, man.
And then I got to give him credit. That beautiful picture of all 5 state championship trophies right there in front of the scoreboard.
Yeah.
Ooh, there's something special there in Cal. You can't deny that. But
Trinity was going to do that, but there wasn't enough room on the field.
And you know what? That team is so young right now.
I was going to ask because, I mean, when you all talked to them there in the post-game interview and everything, we talked about how impactful those 4 seniors are. But even Hunter said it. They have a very young team overall. I feel like that makes them even scarier.
Well,
Kinda
I'm going to be honest. Those are 3. There was 3 seniors.
Yeah.
Oh, 3 seniors. My bad,
And
my
I
bad.
thought he was a senior, too. I didn't know he was a junior. But let's be honest. Those are 3 dudes that are going to be very hard to replace.
Yes.
It is.
I don't care who you bring in a quarterback next year. He's not Connor Hodge. Of course, we said that about Cole leaving.
Yeah.
And Connor came in.
You're right. You're right.
And, I mean, Hunter's going to develop him. Chris Redmond's going to help. They're going to develop this next kid. I don't know who it is. I don't want to say. I think I know who it is, but I don't want to say. But they're going to develop this dude. They're not going to miss a beat. I'm telling you. They may not be as good in the big picture as they were this year. That was a tough team. That was a hard-nosed team. That was a team that never got too excited. Even the Central, when they got blown out, they didn't get excited.
It's crazy. We were just watching.
We were just watching that, and we've got a theory on that. We'll get into that later. But they never got excited. Most teams, if you get down 5, 6 touchdowns, they want to fight.
Yep.
Cal just wanted to get out of there and make it to the next week because they knew.
Yep.
They knew before the season started they were going to win the state championship.
Yep. I agree.
Not too many people can go into a season feeling that way. There's a handful of them. Most of them won it this year.
Yeah.
But
Yes, they
you
did.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not too many schools feel that way.
But no, I'll be very intrigued to see how Cal performs next year. And I'm also going to be intrigued to see how Union County performs next year. I was impressed, honestly, because like you said, a lot of teams go down 28-0, pack it up. Them Braves came out fighting. I
did.
have to give Union County credit because they, as the heart of a county team, I like to joke, they just kept fighting. They didn't care what the scoreboard said. To them, it was 0-0, and we're still fighting you to the bitter end.
And that huge tip, pick 6, that really ignited them. That really got them going. But then what did Cal do? Boom,
Yep.
go down and answer. So it's just like,
You know, it was funny. At halftime, we were by the tunnel. This is the last thing I want to say about this game. We were by Union County's tunnel. They didn't have their heads down. It was 28-0 at halftime.
Yeah.
They didn't mope. None of them took their helmets off. They kind of jogged off the field. They had their heads up. I think they knew that they were really close to scoring a couple times, and they had some confidence coming out, and it showed.
Yep.
They just weren't good enough. I think they were very happy coming in second in the grand scheme of things because they'd never been there before. If you've never been there before, yes, it sucks getting the silver trophy. You want the gold one. I've been there. It sucks. Nobody wants to go get it because it's a silver trophy.
Yeah.
We actually talked about spray painting it gold. But they were very gracious. They went out there. They got it. They were all smiling. They were taking their pictures with it. I mean, I think they were very pleased with the season they had, the way, not necessarily pleased with the way it ended, but they were happy to be there. And I think, watch out for those dudes coming up the next couple of years. That coach was that staff really did a good job of keeping those guys calm and keeping them in it.
yep.
And no, that was I was
We're
going
going to have to get down there.
Yeah. No.
I like to see what they're about.
No, I don't know. How far is that from here?
I don't care.
Okay.
It's pretty far.
It's pretty far.
We'll
figure it out.
I know at one point, just a little funny
We'll take the
side bit.
chopper.
Yeah, there you go. We got you. But no, I knew
That's
when
a
Belfry.
45-minute chopper ride.
Yeah. No, I was going to say, when Belfry had to travel to Union County, they were actually closer to Canada than they were the Union County High School.
Yeah, it's like as far away as you can possibly get.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, that
Hey,
was the
road
interesting
trip,
part.
baby. Let's go. I'm pumped up for it, man.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's revisit that when we actually find out where it is.
Okay, we're moving on from this game, and this is the 4A game.
Yeah, so in 4A, the Franklin County Flyers 20, the Paducah Tillman Blue Tornado 27.
We watched this game. We got there Friday night and set up and watched this in the booth.
And this was the game that I was really excited to see.
Yeah. And it really went about the way we thought. I think Franklin County was going to win that game, and they had a chance.
Yeah.
They had a couple chances at the end. Paducah was just that particular night they were better. You could tell. I don't know if it's because Franklin County hadn't been there. they kind of tightened up a little, but they really didn't play. Franklin County didn't play terrible. They just lost the game, if that makes sense.
And see, I kind of felt like they were on their heels the whole game.
They were,
just because,
because
of what Paducah
right.
was doing.
That's right.
You know, so they were like this the whole game. So
Yeah.
but the fight that those guys have,
Yes.
the freaking tempo of Paducah Tillman,
Yes.
I think that had them rattled. The second quarter, it was they were moving. They were
Franklin
moving.
had a chance late to win that game.
Yes.
So
Yes.
it wasn't, it was right. They were right there.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Paducah kind of could have, like, he had that pick. I think they were driving on that drive and that, to make a statement. Once
they didn't.
once he threw that pick, the momentum shifted. But their tempo, man, is
Yeah, it was a fun game to watch.
No, it really was. And, it was something I brought up that I was like a little concerned about for Franklin County because they hadn't faced a pass heavy team. The only time they had was North Oldham, who kind of has that same style. But the way Paducah Tillman runs it is they run it like a legit college team. Everyone gets the line, look, got the play, go. Yeah. And it's just NASCAR, just fast, tempo.
And they caught Franklin County on their heels on defense several times where the snap of the ball, the kids were looking at the coach a couple of times. And we talked about once they kind of, and I told him you got to go to a one-word call or something. You got to figure it out quick. If not, they're going to run you out of this place. And I think they kind of, it was too late, but they kind of settled in and figured it out. But Paducah Tillman, it was let's go now.
It was
I mean, they literally would have snapped the ball right as soon as the referee put it down if they could have.
Yes.
Yeah. Another part about it, I don't think it necessarily hurts Franklin County because I know their coaching staff's amazing, but first game, there was a forfeit. Second game, they play Spencer County, run-heavy team. Next game, you play Bardstown, they pass a little bit, but more run-heavy. And then the third game, you got Owensboro Catholic, who, again, they can pass the ball, but was more of a run-heavy team. So you go the whole playoffs playing these run-heavy teams, and then you go to the state championship game. Hello, you got somebody that's up there fast and just going.
Yeah.
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 It was a fun game to watch.
And I got to tell you, man, we've seen it live, and he was my attaboy. But that defense, man, for Franklin, they're really, really good. I don't know if they're young, but they got a few seniors on that team. But I don't know if
I'm excited to see that young quarterback we saw come back next year. I think their offense is going to be totally different next year.
I think
Don't be surprised if they're slinging it around
but
next year.
That they're going to hang their hat on that defense too.
Oh, absolutely.
That defense,
as they should.
With Jacob.
Yeah, Olds is a Cadillac.
he is, man. But yeah, that game was freaking.
We had a great time watching that game.
Yeah. We were up in the booth. Yeah, that's the whole time we were up in the booth drinking cherry Coke, baby.
And singing that stupid song.
Okay, you got the last take on that one?
No, I was trying to find out how many seniors they have real quick. Do forgive me. I mean, I'm looking through KHSAA. I
don't think it's as many as you think.
It looks like it's like 10, maybe 11, 12. I haven't done the whole number. So, I mean.
Yeah.
Ooh. So Franklin
They're
County,
going to be a player next year.
Yes, they are. And we were just so impressed with them when we watched them at the 5-way scrimmage.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
It was like what, 3 weeks before the season started?
Yeah, and we were impressed with them there.
Now Eddie James, there's a lot of questions I got about him because they got a saying there. They're RPD boys. I want to figure out what this means because I've been trying to figure this out for years. I've got an idea, but I have no idea. So
I know.
What's your idea? Is it R-rated or
no? Just run past defense.
no chance. It's that simple.
No, I can't remember. He said it on. He said it somewhere, and I'm gonna have to find it. I think Corey. I think he said Bosmer has it.
I'll shoot him a message and ask him.
Yeah.
Can we do it right now? Maybe he'll answer me before the show's over.
Yeah, do it.
What was it? RPD?
RPD boys.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, and I will actually put it in here when I do find out. But yeah, that.
Because whatever it is, he's got them believing that Coach Eddie James and the Flyers, they believe they're RPD boys, whatever that is. But hey, trust me, and Spencer County, I know I bring them up, but we got them again in districts next year, so I'm not looking forward to that. We'll say that.
Wow. Okay, so now let's move on to the 5A game, and this one was a gem right here.
Ooh, so the Cooper Jaguars 20, Bowling Green Purples 37. I picked Cooper to win this game, But I said, if history serves me right, Bowling Green should win because they've won the past 2 times by 14. I was wrong. They won by 17 this go around. But
Yes.
something that actually stuck out to me during the because I watched that game on the network, NFHS network. The announcers were talking about Cooper's offensive line had 1 junior and 4 sophomores.
Really?
Yes.
No chance. You serious?
Yeah. When I heard that, I was like, oh, and they were like, meanwhile, Bowling Green had like 4 seniors and 1 junior.
Right.
I was like, oh, I wish I had heard something about this before the pick was made.
Well,
But I was going to say, you're probably going to bring him up.
let's be honest.
Yep.
Deuce is
Yep.
one of those guys.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I called him Lamar Jackson-esque.
Yeah.
But he used his feet. He
Yeah.
had almost
He does.
300 total yards on the ground and through the air. So he was no joke, man.
Oh,
He's. I tried to tell you, preparing for that dude is. He looks so slow on film. He just looks. I'm out here having a good time, and then boom, he's gone. I mean, it's just he's at a different level. Why is he not Mr. Football under consideration?
part of me feels like it's because he's down in Bowling Green.
And he's not going to Kentucky.
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah, but the kid is special. I watched some of the highlights of him. It was just, he's just so nice, man.
Yeah.
You like from where I've been in Kentucky, I've always wanted just a quarterback that can throw 10 yards. You know what I mean? And you get a guy that can kill you with your feet, and he can throw a deep ball too.
He just coasts.
He's just so nasty,
Oh,
man. But I think they really wanted Bowling Green really wanted this game because I seen a clip and one of the coaches, I don't know who it was, but he said that they thought they were the better team last year and they should have beat them.
Yeah.
You know, but that's why you play the games.
Yep.
Guess what? They lost to him twice in a row.
That's why I said, and that's why I said, look at that. I said Cooper lost back to back to Bowling Green. Why? Bowling Green won back-to-back championships.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and nobody talked about Bowling Green's defense. We
No.
always talked about Deuce
Often,
and Trevi
yes.
and how good they were. Nobody
Yes.
ever talked about their defense.
Nope.
Cooper was putting up some points.
Yeah.
How many did they score this game?
20. And they were, I think, averaging 35 points a game.
Yeah, it was
40
big.
almost, yeah. I mean, they put 61 on Highlands. You know, that was my big sticking point.
It speaks for themselves.
Yeah, it really
Bowling
does.
Green speaks for themselves.
Yep.
They're one of those programs that just
And just out of that area, you got, you know what I mean? You got South Warren right
Yep.
there. And I personally thought that was the championship game. I know Highlands is good. I know Cooper's good. But they haven't won it.
that was
You know what I mean?
that was the pedigree game.
That would exactly. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
If what's true, though, about Cooper only having those young guys, I can't wait to see them maybe next year. Because if you got a young offensive line like that,
There's another one we got to get to.
I
Yeah,
know.
here we go. Come on, Dakota. Come on, Dakota. Yeah.
I'll put him on the registry.
Hey, listen.
What are we doing?
Listen. This game was so frustrating as like because I wanted Ryle to win. I felt the juice, man, there, and that whole if I could put the video in, that whole city was there. Ryle was there. The student section was 15, 20 rows deep, man. It was phenomenal. It was a great atmosphere. But man,
Go
you
ahead
know
and say
what?
it. Go
You
ahead
know
and say
what?
it.
You know what? This
Go ahead and
look,
apologize.
Look at what I said. I sounded like, that's why I played music before, I said Zane and the front seven.
Yeah.
That's the group, baby. That, man, I'm telling you,
It's like Martha and the Vandals or whatever.
Zane and the front seven were just phenomenal that whole entire game. We were down on the field that first quarter, and you could
Did you
feel.
even tell them what game this was? We just started playing music.
Oh shoot!
Yeah, well, it's the 6A. Well,
It's the
everyone
6A
knows.
state championship.
Everyone had this one circled and was interested. It's the Ryle Raiders 23, Trinity Shamrocks 42.
It wasn't that close.
Well, you know what? Yes, Trinity. I apologize. I went against you guys again. The whole entire playoffs.
Go
I
ahead
didn't
and say
pick
it.
you.
John Hilbert, apologize to John. Because you told him on the phone they were losing.
John Hilbert. Okay.
Go ahead.
I apologize for telling you I am picking Ryle. And again, I will never pick a team playing you guys ever again. I'm done doing it.
Fast forward to week 1 of next year.
I said it after week 1. I was never picking against them again.
Oh my God. But yeah, I apologize. Man, Zane, you are phenomenal.
It was 14-0, and we looked at each other because we were against each other. That was the big game for us. And I looked over at him, and he's like, I got you, dog. I got you. And I was like, settle down, simmer down, Beavis. There's a long way to go. And then you could just feel the momentum.
It just shifted.
Zane threw that dot, and that's when it changed.
It was crazy because that whole first quarter, you could just feel Ryle. That like they were just their
Ryle came out 100 miles an hour.
Their
and
best shot.
They wanted to get up front, and they wanted to hold on. You could tell that was what they
That's
wanted
exactly
to do.
what they wanted to do.
Yeah.
But they were just throwing body blows, but they could never land that knockout blow. It was just you could just feel it. The quarterback for Ryle was literally running and was just trying to get rid of the ball and was just like chucking it just to get rid of it.
And hitting an open guy.
Yeah, and hit the open guy. And,
Ryle played, if this makes sense, like Trinity does when they boom you. They get up on you and they boom you and they take you. They're like, oh, here we go again.
Right.
And then they kind of settle in and coast, and they just beat you.
yeah.
I think that was Ryle's. That wasn't their game plan, but I think once they got up 14-0, they're like, okay, let's just hang on. Let's just hold on. Let's beat these dudes 21-14 because they were, let's be honest, they were all over Zane. Zane got thumped a couple times early.
Yes.
They were jacked. Trinity just stayed even keel, never got too excited. Their fans just kind of settled in there.
Did the Aaron Rodgers RELAX relax? Just relax. Just relax.
Just simmer down.
Yeah, but man, it's crazy because we were down there on the sideline. We were watching warm ups, and you could just feel it. You could feel Ryle.
Ryle had all the juice.
Ryle was
Trinity
juiced.
was like, okay, we're here.
We've been here
we
before.
do.
Yes,
we're gonna win this game.
Yep.
Blah blah blah. We're just blah. We're here. And you could tell they didn't have much juice at all. Trinity didn't.
Yeah.
I've seen Trinity have a lot of juice when you piss them off and you really get them going. But that was like they didn't have a lot of juice till they got smacked in the mouth.
Yep.
Then the juice started to flow.
Yep.
It's like we squeezed the orange. Here comes the juice.
Yeah.
Ryle was the complete opposite. Ryle was jacked from the minute they got off the bus. You could tell. To the minute they got up 14 points, and then they just snatched it from them.
They just snatched it, dude. Snatched it. What are they? 42-3. From that point on, they were up 14, but then it was 42-3 Trinity after that.
Yeah, I think, and it all came in the fourth quarter too, I think, because I think Ryle kicked a field goal, went up 17-14, and then Trinity said, okay, it's our time. Boom. Took off.
There were
from
some
that point
big
out.
turnovers in that game, couple pick sixes. And
Well, Bailey Vance, one of my attaboys, that was one of them, and it just all
that's
kind
what
of
that's what
piled
they
on.
do.
Then you said big six.
Big six.
He did. It was a big six because it's a big guy.
I know. That's what I'm
That's
saying.
just what they do.
Yeah,
They don't get excited. They're well coached. They're all very smart kids. That's just what they do.
I think
Zane doesn't get excited.
Yeah, I was gonna say I saw in an interview Cobb talked about it. He's like, "Yeah, we're the away team this year. That's just a different locker room. We've been here and done that before, so nothing too
It's
much."
like he
for
said
us.
after the post game show. Standard is standard here.
Yeah.
We expect to win it every year, and if we don't, we're in trouble because our fans are going to let us know. Our alumni is going to let us know. We're expected to win it every year.
Yeah.
And then getting back to Zane, how is he not?
How?
He's the best quarterback in the state. I don't care.
Hands down.
I don't care. No disrespect to Pennington.
No.
Any of those guys.
No.
Zane's a sophomore, for God's sake.
Yeah,
And he's won 2 state championships already.
he's eyeing 2 more.
I'm sure there's a couple teams that would have something to say about that. But I would think that his goal is 4 state championships.
You say that, but then you look at that roster.
They're young. They're sophomores.
They're young.
All
They're
their teams,
young,
they
man.
all played together. Zane and all those kids, the receivers, they all played Little League together.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. With
With the Chargers, they all played together.
it's just crazy. It blows my mind. But you really, you know what I mean? Like an average fan really don't understand when you can feel the momentum switches. You can feel,
And Zane doesn't have to make a call. He's been with those guys so long.
Yeah.
He just looks over and gives them the look, and they know what that look means.
right.
Yeah.
He knows if this guy comes up and presses me, I'm going to do this. If he stays back, I'm going to do this. And Zane can look over and be like, okay, here it comes. I know
Inside, he's playing inside,
they do
outside,
it.
doing
That's
leverage.
right.
Yeah,
That's
he,
right.
he knows exactly.
Because they've been together so long.
Yeah.
It just makes it so easy.
Yeah.
Zane is a very smart kid.
Yes.
Zane knows that playbook like the back of his mind. I guarantee it. Jordan's a coach, his dad. They go over that. Trust me. Their goal is to win 4 state championships.
And I'm excited to see it, man. But yeah, Zane deserves.
And Jordan Johnson, talk your crap, boy. He been talking this crap all year, and they backed it up.
Hey,
he
yes, they-
said before the year started, we're winning the state championship.
Yeah.
And they did.
And you know what? We've seen him week 1 live, and we already called it that's the best front 7 in the state. Yeah. I just thought somebody could have an answer for that, and just nobody did. You know what I mean? They're setting edge. They're they're doing everything that you're supposed to do for a defense, and there's no correct answer for it.
Trinity's guys up front, they're front 4. They're kind of unsung guys. They do their jobs. They hold the linemen up so
They got trunks, man.
They do.
Yeah.
So the linebackers can eat, and they do it well. I mean, I'd have to look, but I'd say at least 5 of those dudes are back.
Yeah.
If I had to guess.
Yeah. I don't think Lococo. I think
Lococo's gone, I think.
Lococo's gone. I think that's the only backer that's gone out
But
of
the
that
big
group.
tall linebacker, I can't think of his name, like number 7.
I can't think of his name.
I
now.
can't think of his name, but I think he's a sophomore. Junior.
Yeah. Well, then you got the 2 corners. They're sophomores.
And
You
we
got
don't
LA.
ever talk about the back end of that defense.
No.
But they got some dudes. Like my guy Sekou, he's a dude too. I mean, come on. We never talked about it because you don't have to.
You don't have to.
The front 7's dominant, but their back end is very good too.
Very good.
Very good. And they've all been together. I mean, it's crazy.
I'm just over here to laugh because I'm like, I can't go against
Yeah.
Trinity. You know what I mean? It's like
I tried to tell you.
Well, you know what I mean. You're obviously gonna play a Georgia team or an Indiana team that could beat them. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And that's just what happens. But in the state of Kentucky, you are not gonna get a better program that you can sit there and say, "I'm going to the finals this year." You're not gonna. You're not
And
gonna
you
see
know,
that.
I've seen. Let's put this to rest while we got this. I'm on my
Let's go.
soapbox now.
Let's go.
I've seen a lot of crap where people are complaining. And, well, they've won 29. Why don't they go play a IMG schedule? That stuff's expensive.
Yes.
Number one, it's
Exactly.
expensive. They have to fly every week. Trust me, they're not going to do that. Yes, they beat the crap out of everybody. They always have. But do something about it. If you don't like it, do something about it.
Exactly. Yes, I
What can
agree.
and people say, well, what can you do? They recruit. But listen, if my son was one of the top middle school football players in the city of Louisville, guess where my son would go? He would go to Trinity. If I could afford it, my son's going to Trinity to play football.
Right.
Let's be honest. That's just the way it is. Trinity, St. X, those. If you get a chance, you send your kid there to play football. There ain't all these people complaining are places where they didn't want their kid. I guarantee it. So they're going to complain because my kid wasn't good enough. We don't care. Trinity doesn't care.
Do something about it. Like you said, do
They
something.
love it. They love it when you complain about it because they don't care.
Right.
It doesn't affect them one way or the other.
One
They're
way or
going to
the-
get these dudes. They're going to go to Trinity. They're going to put Trinity on their resume. They're going to get any job they want because Trinity's on their resume. Deal with it. If you don't like it, beat them. And I'm a big public school guy. I'm a public school homer. I work for the public school system. But complaining about it doesn't get you anywhere.
No.
And all this stuff, taking them off the schedule, they done tried that. And guess who won the state championship that year? Trinity.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter.
Don't matter. Don't matter.
If you
Trinity. You just got to
Yeah.
hey, and every state you're going to have your powerhouse team.
Yeah.
You just got to have the answer for
But I'll
it.
tell you right now, Mayo doesn't complain about Trinity
No.
because Mayo has a chance to beat them every year.
Right.
Catch up. Everybody catch up.
Catch up.
What does that mean? I don't know. I don't know.
Who knows? Nobody
coach,
knows.
Coach better, play better. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know the answer. Trinity's going to always be Trinity. St. X is always going to be St. X. Male's always going to be male.
Well,
Cal's gonna Cal.
Cal's going to
exactly.
Cal.
Well, there's one team. I was going to bring out the papers. I might have to do this, but for the districts next year, there's a team in 6A making an appearance from 5A, South Warren. I'm not saying they have a chance to win, but
That's another team that has the opportunity to compete with Trinity. That's how I'm going to put that.
yeah,
Now, can they beat them 7 out of 10 times? No. Male can't do that.
no,
But they're gonna give a hell of a shot.
exactly.
Well, every now and then, Male sneaks up there and beats Trinity.
Right.
St. X will beat Trinity. But on the grand scheme of things, you're not going to beat those dudes year after year after year.
No.
Ballard may have played the best game as anybody against them.
Yeah,
Ballard had, in their standards, an awful year schedule-wise, or record-wise.
Record-wise, yes.
Injuries. We got a lot of stuff. We could talk about that all night, their injuries and all that. But Trinity's Trinity, and until somebody beats them, they're going to stay Trinity. And even after they beat them, they're going to come back the next year and be right
Still,
there.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But, hey, shout out to our guy, Hilbert.
yep.
Shout out.
Losing a son, is graduating, and what's the young Casey? The young one.
The young one is the bigger one too.
Yes.
Oh my
Carson,
God!
I always called Carson John because John was the dad that played for the Cowboys. Everybody knows who he is.
Yeah.
And I always called him John.
Chase. You
Jay, I can't remember. I called him John because I was so used to John Hilbert, kicking for Louisville and going.
Yeah.
And Carson's graduating, so I think it's either. John,
So now we got the little one.
You're going to kill me.
Hey,
He's
the
one
little big
coming in.
one. Here he
And
comes.
I think he's got an opportunity to be the best one of them all. He's a bigger kid. I mean, let's be honest. Carson was the dude. When he kicked it, it just sounded different.
Yeah.
It just made that weird noise.
It's crazy,
Where
man.
we were bebopping down through there, and we heard him kicking. We went, "What the hell was that?"
Sounds
it was
like a
him kicking the
gunshot.
ball.
Well, that and even him when he was punting into the net, you could just hear that thud, man. It was just like boom, boom.
Yeah.
It was like, and we were standing there for like a couple minutes just watching him.
And it was funny because John stood back there and he was kicking, and he'd kick the ball and he'd go.
He's like,
He just knew, like, my son's the dude. It's great.
Good
now I know
stuff.
how John felt when he was a kicker because he was like that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good stuff, man. The final words for the season, Chopper.
I'll make it simple. What a great season, honestly. From 1A to 6A, there was a lot of fun moments, a lot of surprises. Some things you predicted, some things you couldn't predict. It was, I think it was one of the better football seasons throughout the whole state of Kentucky from 1A to 6A all the way around.
Yeah, I agree. It was just a phenomenal year. There were so many upsets in the regular season. There were so many teams that we talk about the we talk about the big dogs, but the little dogs came up and tried to nip at their heels a little bit, man. So the parity was a little bit better this year.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was going to throw the P word out there too.
Yeah.
There's some teams that are getting closer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot more teams getting closer.
Yes, it's not a
It's
big.
not 5 anymore.
Right.
It's maybe
7, 8.
I'm going to say up to maybe 10 or 12 now that have a chance to win consistently. Each division, not just 6A.
Yeah,
but
not
Yeah, yeah,
yes.
There's probably 3 or 4 in each division that we had a tough time picking, and that's people are catching up.
Yeah. I mean, look at 1A. We got a brand new state champion. First time ever after their program had been closed for
I'm
forever.
anxious to see what they do next year.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be nice. That'd be a nice place to get out to too.
I mean, number one, who's the quarterback going to be?
Yeah.
I don't
Luke.
have a clue. I mean, he could have another. Is he a junior?
Sophomore.
Luke's a sophomore?
I believe that's what I saw and
There
everything.
goes that. There's that answer.
Oh shoot!
I thought he was a senior.
So did I.
Oh, wait, no, wait. Luke. Oh, never mind. It's his brother. I'm sorry. There's another Pennington on the
Isn't
team.
there 3 of them though?
Yes. And he's a quarterback.
One of them's in the transfer portal right now, in college,
Oh, yeah.
and then Luke
Luke's a senior.
is a senior, and then there's another one
That's a
coming.
sophomore that will be.
Will be the starting quarterback next year.
I'm probably
I swear I
guessing.
thought he was a wide receiver.
He might be, but I mean, we thought Colin Connor Hodge would be a.
Well, there you go. You just.
So he's going to start quarterback. No, and when we go see Sarah, we'll
Yeah.
we'll find out.
But the the P word, it's there, man.
Yeah.
But I just want to see some of these coaches that are just getting in their, their foot in their door. Some programs, Kenny Davidson, can he turn that program or keep it where it is, but get that little extra step and see what he can do.
Kind of like what Doss did this year.
Right.
Take that next step.
Yeah, take that next step. There's so many good teams out there and so many great coaches, man, that we're trying to get to.
Hey, there's 10 openings right now for new coaches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you right now, a little preview for the next season. Watch out for Danville next year.
Oh, yeah.
Stonebreaker is a great coach. He will turn them around.
Here we go. Hey, get ready for next year already. Like I said, we have a special episode coming up. Well, we're going to be live streaming GLFCA this Sunday, December 10th at 1 o'clock. We will all be there. The whole crew's going to be there. Also, next Tuesday or Wednesday, we have a special episode. And then after that, we are going to take a holiday break. We're just going to get away and just relax. But before we leave, we're going to have to.
Hold on now. He about assaulted me. I got to get out of here.
Here we got to.
Okay.
Come on.
Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up.
Hey, we pumping it up, man. We pumping it up. Hey, this is it, man. This is us having a good time. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. We are growing, so come grow with us till next season or till 2025.
And just because we didn't come to see you this year, we'll be there next year.
Yes, make sure you hit the email, DM us on Twitter. Hey, DM Chopper, man. We're trying to get our name out there. So let's go, man. We're about to pump it up right now.
So this is really Night to Roxbury. We got to do the dance like that.
Like we always say, everyone has a story.
We're here for them to tell it.
Cleats to Whistle Podcast.
Pump it up.